Bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the offense on first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Shakes off the defender. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which squad could eat more steak from Outback? It was absolutely amazing. So I experienced that in all of its glory.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Grabbed in the middle. It's Kelly. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Red Raiders will line it up on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Turns it on in midfield.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Red Raiders are moving quickly down the field. To the air, it's Morton. Quickly out to the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats, and he's shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Line gets set. First down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that pass picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Morton. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. The 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, Trojan. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll call for the fair catch here. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean,
And that ball is picked off. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
On the ground, it's O'Neal. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Moss. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Unloads to the wideout. Snags it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Want this defense spread out across the width of the field, 5 wide on 2nd and goal. This quarterback part of their running game. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. Moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. I see a look of disappointment from this kicker, but that offense is happy. They'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and goal from the 4. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Trojan! What a catch and run for 6.
Man, that field shrinks. You've got to have the big boys down here that you can just throw it up to. Let them make plays. Make it look like run. All the big boys on the field. Slip that tight end out. Find him. They'll do the rest.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Texas Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good...
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision-making.
The give to the left side. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, USC! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Coming out with it, it's McCray. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake.
He's off to the races. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Big way to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. They'll throw it on first down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves him in a hole. Going to try to get it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Red Raiders are flying down the field. Takes a handoff. It's Brooks. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Red Raiders will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Red Raider! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Wants to throw on first down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season, throughout your career, and it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
Looking for a man. It's Moss. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. It's still third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. He'll bring it out. It's McCray. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Feeling some heat. He'll pull it down and run. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. A 1st and 10 for this offense. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Morton. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. They'll run the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you...
Oh, he's not punting. He's going to throw. And it's caught. Can he get to the marker?
Man, everybody loves a fake punt until it doesn't work. And how about the defense? Great job being aware, not falling asleep. That's what happens. A lot of times you fall asleep, you give up a big play, give up the 1st down. They were dialed in, they were ready, and they stopped the guy just short of the 1st down.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a...
those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we're getting ready to...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Raiders. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't having it.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Trojans moving quickly to the line. Quarterback checking off. Fast motion from the offense. Back to pass. It's Fox. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now on 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pulls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Trojans. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's McCray. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He'll go out of bounds at the 4-yard line, and he almost had a pick six.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Finds his big tight end, and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's McCray. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
And I like you got the first down of the drive. So maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's going up top. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Morton. He'll take another shot here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Motion from the offense. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know, if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick six if you're on offense.
They're bringing heat. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Red Raiders will boot it away to start the second half. Fair catch called for and made.